idea. And this country doesn't want a stacked Supreme Court with radical left, right? And yet the people on the media they'll fight for these crazy ideas, these crazy notions that are not popular in this country. They'll go fight for them all day long while real Americans are at home watching this nonsense and rolling their eyes.
Well, let me tell you what real Americans are doing in addition to that. They're rolling their eyes and they're frustrated and they're angry. But you know what else they're doing, Eric? They love your dad. They're out there saying, so we love you, the chant. It's serious. They mean it. But you know what's behind it, Eric? Not only is it an opportunity for them to thank your dad and to tell him how much they love him, they're also expressing their love for America, too. And that's right. That is the connection that your dad has to the America a vast majority of Americans want to see again. And they realize your dad is the only ticket to that America again, and that he is actively working to find that America and make it prominent and dominant again. And that's why they love him, and it allows them to also express love for America at the same time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that rush is why we fight tirelessly as a family. This is the last thing my father needed. This is the last thing we frankly needed. But that is why we fight tirelessly. We fight for red, white, and blue. We fight for a nation that we love. We will never let it down. This nation gave us everything. It gave my father the American dream. It gave all of us the American dream, right? I mean, all of us the American dream. And that's why we go out and fight, because this other side, this isn't the party of JFK. This isn't the party of Bill Clinton. This party will tear down what we are as a country. Red, white, and blue won't exist under these people. The Ilhan Omars of the world and the Nancy Pelosi's and the AOC's, it won't exist. And that's why we fight. Rush, I thank God every day we have a fighter in the White House, because we haven't had one in there for a very long time. And our country was getting used and abused and ripped off and desecrated, and it's not anymore. It is not anymore.
Eric Trump is our guest. You got a couple more minutes. I got a little commercial break here. I come back and ask you. Great. Eric Trump will be with us for a little while longer as we continue right after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are happy to have with us Eric Trump, son of President Trump, Trump Organization. Eric, nitty-gritty time here. You guys have access to internal polling, and you have a sense of how things are going. As I observe your dad, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, so please don't misunderstand. Your dad seems to be having the time of his life up there, Eric. Your dad seems to be just enjoying this immensely. He was dancing at 1 o'clock this morning down in Opelika after 5 rallies all day yesterday. Indefatigable energy. Yeah. How you guys see this? What is it looking like from your perspective?
Listen, I never like to get ahead of my skis, but I feel great. I feel great. People have to go out there. They have to vote. You just have to get out there and you have to vote. I have to say that, but I think we're going to have a beautiful night. I see the passion. Rush, I'm not on the ticket, nor do I have any political ambitions. I just care about fighting for what's right for this country and fighting for a man that I believe in tremendously. And I was in Jacksonville Beach, Florida yesterday. I had 2,500 people show up. I was in Scranton, the day before, and literally 1,500 people in a parking lot. And, I'm on the back of a pickup truck speaking to a crowd of people. I mean, organic groups all over the place. I've never seen anything like this. And then you see the fire that my father has. I mean, just the energy. And I've seen it my entire life. I mean, I worked with the man. I'd get a call at 5 o'clock in the morning from him, hey, let's change out the layout of this bathroom. I'm talking about back when we worked together. And I'd get a call from him at 11 o'clock at night. I mean, he's always been the Energizer Bunny. It's who Donald Trump is, but you take that enthusiasm and you take the love that we were talking about before, and you combine that with just a guy who's type A, who is an absolute winner. I mean, that's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do for America. He wants America to win again, and it's an unbelievable combination. And you compare that to Biden, who literally, I mean, he'll go 4 or 5 days without coming out of his house. I mean, who would you rather have in the Oval Office? A guy who's got no energy, no charisma, no backbone.
There's something strange about that, and I think it goes beyond whatever his lack of mental acuity is. It's your dad touches on it, and it is that he's not really the guy that is the power behind the throne. He's the placeholder. And it's other people, maybe crazy Bernie, maybe the tech giants, but it's other people that are literally going to be running the country should this guy win. And he's just, Eric, he's generic. He's just a guy on the ballot with the D next to his name. That's it.
There's no question about that. I mean, look at the way he guides his campaign. I mean, look at the way my father does, right? I mean, he'll come out, he'll say something outrageous, like we're going to ban all oil, gas, and fracking, right? And then all of a sudden, 3 hours later, he's coming out, no, I didn't mean that, they took it out of context, right?
Exactly.
Or we're going to abolish law enforcement, and then he gets to Pittsburgh. No, I didn't mean that. The other guy's going to do that because somebody's telling him, no, you can't say that. You can't say that. I mean, you know how many quote unquote unpopular things my father has said, and he goes, no, that's what I believe, and that's what I believe deep down in my heart. No one's guiding him. My father's guiding himself, right? But you're 100% right. You better believe there's a huge team of people guiding Biden. I think it's terrible advice that they're giving him, but they're certainly guiding him. And I fully believe that he will not be the person in the Oval Office making the decisions for the United States of America. There's almost no question about that.
Right. It's the strangest campaign that I've ever seen. There is no. I mean, you've got President Obama out there, and they're people showing up in their trucks and their cars. And the applause is honking the horn in the trunk of the car, and there's nobody showing up. Biden missed his cue twice.
How bad was that?
Yesterday? And to me, I'm asking myself, how in the world can that campaign, forget that guy, how can that campaign be anywhere near polling for victory? Sure. There's nothing about that campaign that is throwing off the image of victory, power, winning. Nothing about it to me.
Rush, look at his Eagles jacket yesterday. He comes out, I married a girl from Philadelphia, and I'm wearing my Eagles jacket. He's wearing a jacket with a logo from like a high school, like a local high school in Wilmington, Delaware.
Right, exactly.
He can't even get his logos corrected. It's an unbelievable thing. No, you're right. There is, it's really interesting. Patton, I just finished a book on him. He always said, America loves a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Right? It was the famous quote, and that's why I believe my father is going to win. America sees the difference between a person with a winning mentality, which is what my father has. My father wants to win for this country, versus, the exact opposite, a person who doesn't have the winning mentality, doesn't have the killer mentality, doesn't have the type A, personality. And, I think Americans are drawn to that person who wants to win at all costs. It's why we like so many of our national icons. It's why we love you. People are drawn to winners.
Well, Eric, I really appreciate your time. You say you're going to meet your dad where next in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I'm literally arriving to Scranton, Pennsylvania as we speak. So it's massive crowds here.
See, that next rally is scheduled to start at 2:15, according to the sheet that I have here.
Yeah, that's right. Then we head to Michigan, Wisconsin, and then back to Michigan, and we'll probably get back to D.C. and 2 o'clock this morning, and we're at it all day tomorrow, and we're going to bring this home for you, Rush. We're gonna bring it home.
I hope you do. You do not know. Well, no, you do know. Eric, you got to know how much the people who support your dad want this, how much they think the nation needs this. Your dad needs to win. We need him to win. That's why everybody is so all in. That's why this grassroots support that we're seeing for your father, Donald Trump, is unprecedented in our lifetimes. The Democrats have never seen anything like this, and I will guarantee you they have to be scared to death about it, no matter how they try to ignore it.
They're scared to death, and I've never been more proud of a person in my life. I mean, he's my hero. What he's done is incredible, and I'm so honored to be on the front line of this fight, as you've been. But I'm so honored to be on the front line of this fight.
Well, it's great to have you here. And by the way, say hello to your wife, Laura, for she's one of the most brilliantly strategic political people I've ever met. She's right up there with you and me, dude. She's great.
She's certainly better than me. So now she's a wonderful person, and I absolutely will send that along.
Thanks, Eric. Eric Trump, and we'll take a quick time out. Be right back after this, folks.